Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudo's Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today is day 4 of the Hobby Lobby yarn review that I'm doing this week. Now this here I got this year during the 75% off clearance sale, and it does look like they no longer carry this particular line of yarn, which is called the Yarn Bee Fireside. Now, as you can see, it was originally $8.99 and I got it for $2.24. I do believe I got 2 of these. Sorry that I didn't, get to this sooner so you guys could know what my thoughts were on this. This is very similar to homespun, or some people call it hellspun, where it's got the like boucle effect to it. Bumpies. Some people don't like it. There is some thread twisted into the yarn. So let's go ahead and look at the information about this. Now I did start my little slip knot here because I was trying to figure out what size hook would be best for this. I know what they recommend, but I don't think it's the right size. I might actually have to go out and get a larger hook. We'll see though. So I did start that already. So this was a 6-ounce size skein, 180 yards. It's from Oklahoma City, the warehouse there. It's made in Turkey, or was made in Turkey, I should say. The color name is called Water Droplet, and I'm guessing this is the number, which is 36, and then the lots number, the Hobby Lobby number, and it's the art department number 97. This is 97% acrylic, 3% polyester, which I'm guessing would be that little strand that you can see here running through it. It is considered a bulky 5. For knitting, for those who knit, it recommends 6mm knitting needles. And for those of us who crochet, it recommends a 6.5mm crochet hook. I really don't think that's large enough, but that's my opinion. Again, it's 6 ounces or 170 grams, 180 yards or 165 meters. This is machine washable, but dryable. It's going to be tumble dry, no heat, even though there's that circle that's just telling you that's for the dryer. Do not iron, do not bleach. And I still haven't looked up this A, what this means. And I know I got, and I don't know how recent it is, but Jada and Stitches has a tag printout that you can use to reference when they don't specifically state the information. They just give you pictures on what for their washing stuff. So I have 2 size 9mm crochet hooks. One's a Susan Bates, which is a inline hook, and then the other one is the Clover that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $2.99. when it was normally $9.99, and here's the tag from it. I still think that was higher than 75% off, but $3, I'm not going to complain. That's a good deal for Clover hooks, no matter what size it is. So I'm going to try with the Susan Bates hook first. There's her name, Susan Bates, and see how it does. If I need to, I might go out to my living room to get one of my larger hooks, because I do have a 10, and I also have an 11.5 or 13. I don't know. I got some really big ones. All right, so let's go ahead and. I've heard that this yarn isn't so horrible, or this style of yarn isn't so horrible if you pair it with a regular strand of yarn and do 2 at the same time. I have used the softball yarn that's by Lion brand. That yarn has been discontinued. It's very similar to this, although it doesn't feel like it's Doesn't feel the same. It feels a little different. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain up what I can chain up here. And hopefully I can feel where the chains are at. I think that's why they suggest you pairing it with a regular skein of yarn. Alright, so there's my starting chain. It does look like it would be a roving style yarn if it wasn't so bumpy. Alright. Okay, skip that one into that one. There we go. My question is going to be is how well does this frog? I did not see that this included a pattern, but you can see here the picture of somebody wearing it, a blanket with this yarn. I'm guessing they used this yarn for this. I wouldn't see why they would put a picture of somebody wearing it from something else. It does look like it's possibly knit though. You can, unless that's just the bumpiness of the yarn. Right now it's not too bad on my fingers. It's not bothering me with working with it. And I might say, oh, this is definitely Hellspun or Fireside Burn. But we'll see how it works up. I mean, like I said, I might have to have a bigger hook. I don't know. But we'll see. If you've ever used this particular style of yarn from Yarn Bee or even homespun, let me know what you've made with it, what your thoughts are. Do you like doubling up or using a bigger hook to work with it better so it doesn't get all crazy on you? Let me know in the comments section. Again, I do like to see what other people have used for with yarns that I've showed you guys. Some yarns I still have yet to. Let's see. I think that's another stitch there. I don't know. That looks like nope. That's part of that one. It's so hard to see where the stitch is at, where the starting chain is. This is going to be interesting. This might get a really low score because I don't know who the heck would want to use a 6.5mm crochet hook on this. It's barely working with the 9 that I have. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know. If I make something with this, it's probably gonna have an extra strand, a regular like white strand or something with it, or a thinner yarn that I don't know what to do with to make this really work for me. I think maybe I will stay away from homespun. I've been so wanting to try it, but if it's anything like this, it probably won't. It's probably one of the reasons why they discontinued this line of the Yarn Bee yarns. See, right here, you can barely see. So, I put my hook through. I'm hoping I'm staying in here. I mean, that just was like really... Okay, I think I have 1 or 2 left, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I hope you're enjoying this review as much as I'm enjoying working with this yarn. I've been wanting to get this yarn the last couple times they've had it on sale, and I just never did because I'm like, oh, I've heard so much about this. I don't know if I really want to work with it. So there's a single crochet row. And let's go ahead and do a double, or half double. Sorry, half double. And let's see if it's any better with working with the previous row below. So let's go ahead there. Okay. Oh yeah, this is definitely not going to be something I'll want to work with this by itself. It's going to have to be paired with a thinner yarn or a 4-weight or something, because this here, okay, that was the last. Yep, okay. Just making sure. I was making sure I did go into the last stitch there, and I did. I chained one, and now I'm trying to come here and go through. Oh yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna go that far with this one. This is gonna be one of those types that's a feel as you go type of yarn to know where you're at, especially if you're using it by itself. Maybe that's why they didn't put a pattern with this one. I don't know. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't think I'll be using this by itself. And I have 2 of these. So what I'm thinking about doing is making my girls, Brownie and Bella, a new blanket, because I made them one with the softball yarn, and they really liked it until they decided, well, Mommy and Daddy aren't home, so we destroy everything so they pay attention to us when we get home. Mind you, they were still puppies when I made it, so can't blame them for that. I wish I could repair it, but I don't think I have enough of the color that I have to fix it, because it's like a clean rip on the blanket. And I've seen other people repair blankets that have torn. It actually hasn't started falling apart at all. It just kind of just hangs there, which is kind of interesting in one perspective, but I would like to fix it because it's a nice weighted blanket. And all I did was single crochet throughout the whole thing. Made sure it was big enough to cover one of them, and then I stopped with it. But because that yarn's been discontinued, if I find it anywhere, it's going to be really pricey. It was the pink colored one. So, all right. I think I'm not going to do the double crochet because I'm just now getting into the half double crochet, and I really want to see how this is going to frog. So this is not going to be a very long. I mean, the color, I love the color of it. The blue, and there's even some darker blue right here. So it's a pretty color. It's just not very friendly to work with. Try to get both of them here. Both loops. Want both loops. All right. There we go. All right. So I can tell already this is probably going to be a mess to clean, to frog. I mean, you can tell I probably missed stitches here. I don't know. Because you can tell there's a hole. Sorry, there's a hole right here. I mean, it's not bad looking worked up, but being able to get it worked up is the question. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to frog this. Hopefully there's no problems with frogging. Okay, go. So far, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so it does get hung up, so you have to be very careful when if you have to go back and fix something that you boo-booed on. Now, you probably won't have as many boo-boos with it if you used maybe a 10 or what the heck what do I have that's, I think I have an 11.5 size hook. I have one that's so big it only fits, it's the big, I think it's purple. I think it's the 25 millimeter hook. And there goes my phone. I got a message. All right. And I'm not trying to pull too hard on this because I know if I pull too hard, I could make it worse than it is with not getting, or not getting hung up on each other. All right, so this one I am going to give a 7. A 7. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. A 7. And a couple reasons why. It has nothing to do with the feel, because it is very comfy. I would wear this against my skin, but I would have to pair it with another yarn to be able to work with it. And the recommended hook size being a 6.5 millimeter, they need to rethink that, because that is definitely not big enough for this style of yarn, this way that the boucle or bumpies or however you want to put it are line up here, because it is a feel as you crochet if you do it just by itself. I'm not going to bust the band because I don't think there's anything in here as far as a pattern. No. I'm just looking. You can't see any writing here. There's no pattern inside. Plus, it doesn't state that there's a free pattern. The other ones that I reviewed this week did state free pattern inside, which I'm going to save those patterns and use them with different yarns, because you don't have to necessarily have yarn to do the pattern. It just may be smaller or bigger, depending on what size yarn you use. So that is going to be my review for this one. And also, they don't tell you too much other than this is tumble dry or lay flat to dry. No heat if you put it in the dryer. And again, on my dryer that I currently have, there's no option for that. No option for no heat. And I've seen dryers that have that option where you don't add heat to it. You just let it tumble in there till it's dry. It's kind of like laying it flat or hanging it up outside in the sun on a clothesline to dry it, but it's in your dryer. So, all right. Well, again, if you've ever used the Fireside or homespun, what have you made with it? And have you paired it with another yarn to help with being able to see your stitches better, or just enhancing the yarn itself? Let me know in the comment section below. I will be checking my comments later today or tomorrow. I am recording this on Wednesday afternoon. You'll see it on Thursday. And I have one more yarn that I got during the clearance sale. The yarn is still available. It is a size 6, super bulky, I do believe is a size 6. Yeah, size 6 is super bulky. They just discontinued the color that I got. And I got it in 2 different colors. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Maybe I'll use that for my my girls' blanket to replace the other one. All right. Well, if you liked today's video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put out new content. Until next time, stay safe and stay crafty. Have a good one. Bye-bye.